All right, I just want to make sure. Okay. Oh, man. You know what the worst is? Power outages. Power outages are the worst. No one knows what we're talking about, but we had, listen, I'll tell everybody, we had a power outage, and now what we had to do, we had to go ahead and drink.
No one's going to believe you.
Yeah, we had to drink before we did the show, so now we're drinking. We drank.
We had to go to a bar.
Yeah. That's when you know you're having a good show. Yeah. Hey, guys, we can't record. We have to go to a bar first, and my neighbor is going to text me when the power's back on, so let's drink. And then get in a fight.
Close.
Nice.
Hey, man, listen, I was not going to actually fight those guys, but I love how his response was when he started calling me names. He called me names.
What did he call you? I didn't catch it.
He called me an idiot and some other stuff.
Really?
Yeah, an idiot.
I didn't catch that.
Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Was he being nice? This is the Real Three Idiots podcast. Oh my God!
He was complimenting you.
He's a fan. He's a fan.
It's like,
God!
It's like he knew you all along.
Did I almost get into a fight with a fan?
That's funny. That's
and I
hilarious.
didn't realize it.
See, that just goes to show it's always about perspective.
Right? Yeah. He called me an idiot, and I felt like he was being mean, but he really loved me.
Yeah.
Okay, so guys, when we're done with the show, and we're drinking, we need to get in the car, drive back to that bar, and tell those two pussies that I'm not going to kick the shit out of them, that I'm sorry, and they're my friends.
And here's your autograph.
You guys want this autograph? Because I'm going to stick it up your ass. That was.
It's not our fault that the Cubs suck.
Yeah,
it's not our fault.
Oh man,
we didn't make them suck; they did it all on their own.
Yeah. So anybody who doesn't live in a city where there's two teams, like anything, two baseball teams, two basketball. Is there any city with two basketball teams?
California? No. Well, not cities.
Cities,
yeah,
right.
Yeah.
So if you don't live in a city with two teams, you can't understand like the vitriol, and the hatred that one team, one set
Golden
of fans.
State Warriors, L.A. Clippers, and L.A. Lakers, but that's the state, not the city. So
right. But the L.A. Clippers, L.A. Lakers, I'm sure that they sit in a bar and then at some point, the Clippers have been terrible forever, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Right. Kind of like the Cubs have been terrible forever, right? Yeah. So I got into it, but you know what? I'm not gonna do that. I'm not going to make a big issue out of this.
No.
Okay? But if I see those two motherfuckers again, they're dead. I'm telling you.
I've never seen them before.
No.
But,
right.
it's not like I'm paying attention to them.
Right. And we're at Howard Street all the time, right?
I've never seen it. But we never.
We never sit at the bar.
Never sit at the bar. But even if, I wouldn't recognize them if I saw them again. So just too.
I would because it's burned in my head because I want to beat them up.
I blanked them out. I blanked them out of my mind.
Yeah. See, and Teddy's right. So Johnny, we go in, like I said, power went out. We go sit down at the bar, and Johnny's like, "Oh, sit at the bar." Like Teddy doesn't like to sit at the bar, and now I realize why he doesn't. Because immediately you have to sit by someone who's a douchebag.
And here's the thing:
every single time,
every single time,
chances are they're going to want to talk to you. You know what I mean,
Teddy? How many times have we sat at Howard Street at the bar, and the weirdest, most insane person sits next to us? Right? And says the crazy. Everywhere we go, Teddy and I, we've been to Arizona. We sat next to a guy who talked about skiing.
Any bar. So
every bar.
At the bar, it's funny. I like sitting at the bar in general everywhere because you get waited on faster. You get better service at the bar versus
not this time.
Not this time, but yeah, not this time. But in general, you do. But but the downside is. There's just some weird dude who's he's always lurking in the background, just waiting to just pounce on you and just give you his line of bullshit. And it's like, now if he was a smoking hot chick, it would be okay. But it's a random dude, so it's not cool.
So I'm sure you guys have heard this, right? But Teddy's thing is every time he runs into like an idiot dude, he just wishes in his next life that he wishes it was a smoking hot chick. And I'm just like, first of all, there's not that many smoking hot chicks to offset all the idiot dudes that you run into,
or just any chick.
And I'm not sure of the pronouns there. If he was a smoking hot chick.
Yeah, right now that would just be a guy.
I'm not talking about gender reassignment. I'm actually meaning like a real woman versus him. So
that I have no idea. Okay, are you guys ready to start this thing?
Yes, sir.
Oh, I thought we already did it.
That is the proper response. God damn it. That will not get your ass kicked, even in a bar. Okay? All right. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Real Three Idiots podcast. I didn't realize I was being hosted today.
Are you kidding me? Wait a minute. I saw how many emails and texts did I send that you were the guy who was starting this whole thing?
I kind of knew it, but I was hoping that we'd all forget about it. All right, but
you did a great job.
Thank
you.
you.
Did a great job.
I stumbled through that.
I think
was not a good job.
Yeah, I mean, as compared to the two idiots who were sitting at the bar with us, I think you did a great job. But wow.
Well, anyway, on my right, as always, is Matt. Welcome, Matt.
Thank you, John. I appreciate you introducing me first because I'm more important than Ted.
Right.
That's what I feel.
I mean, there is a protocol for sure.
Yeah.
And on my left, as always, is Ted. Teen Wolf.
Teen Wolf.
Bad news, guys. Japanese scat porn site is down.
What?
Hoping it comes back soon.
Oh, my porn machine, I mean, / phone, will not respond properly to that.
The scat site?
Jeez. You know what? I'll tell you what, the porn show was one of the scariest shows of all time that I researched, right? Because there was so much weird, like,
fetish, niche stuff.
Yeah, I feel like the internet has really opened up the world to, like, to really weird stuff. I'll tell you a funny story. My brother-in-law, my brother-in-law, my sister, their family, I think they were in Baltimore or something, right? They were checking out baseball games, and they ended up in this hotel where there was a Furby convention.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with Furbies?
Yeah, I've heard of Furby,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, and so it was brobies. What's that? My Little Pony. Bronies. Not Furbies, bronies.
Okay.
These are adult men, okay, who dressed up in My Little Pony outfits, okay?
I can picture them clomping around.
Right. So my brother-in-law, my sister, my brother-in-law, their two kids, they get on this elevator, and they get on there, right? They're kind of in the back waiting, and like 3 people get in, and it's 3 guys dressed in like different My Little Pony outfits, right? And they say nothing. They get upstairs. They get downstairs, right, and they walk out. And my brother-in-law goes to like the front desk. He's like, "Hey, what's going on, man?" He goes, "Oh yeah, there's a bronies, whatever it is, convention." And so they had to deal with that.
Jabroni or just a brony?
No, bronies. It's guys who dress like My Little Pony.
And that's why the Chicago downtown Hilton used to host the International Men of Leather for years. And they finally they stopped because people would show up and it's like,
I know these stories.
Yeah.
You know what we have to do? We have to get Andy on the show, right?
Yeah.
We have to get Andy on the show to tell some stories about the stuff that happens in different hotels and things. And I think it'd be really funny. But yeah, he's got some great stories. I mean, I'll tell you, we were downtown one time. My son was about 8 or 10. And we're downtown, and it's when they have that convention in town, and it's all these guys, and they're all in like assless chaps. And I'm talking about like just walking around downtown Chicago in assless chaps. And my son, he's looking at me, he goes, "Are those guys all cowboys?"
And you could be my cowgirl.
Yeah. I was like, yeah. I go, yeah, I guess. And we're trying to get away. And he goes, "Hey, that guy doesn't have pants in the back."
He's not wearing any panties.
He's wearing a hospital gown. The hospital gown that ties up in front, but you see the butt still exposed.
And Ted's just going around. I wish he was a really hot girl. I wish she was a really hot girl.
No, that is Teddy's thing. He said it. He said it to me a million times. I mean, I've heard everything Ted knows a million times, right? Because Ted only knows 17 things,
right?
But he knows it in a million different ways,
right?
Okay. Let's see, Teddy. You are doing Ted's Tips for 20s, correct?
I am.
Okay.
Yes.
John, have you completely failed to do a sponsorship for today?
I did.
That's okay. That's okay.
I totally did. I need more direction, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, no, that's okay. It's the first time you're running the show. I know it's really hard. So everybody who's listened to all the different shows, I think 26 now. This is the 26th show. Okay, you can appreciate how much hard work I put into this. Okay?
Absolutely.
And it was funny. I was like, just in case Johnny forgets, I was gonna do something, and I'm pretty sure that I didn't.
It's okay. The president of Crown Royal contacted me the other day and said, you guys are doing a great job, and if you guys keep doing a good job and get a few more downloads and streamers,
I'm just going to improv real quick.
We're going to officially sponsor you guys.
Today's show.
Thank you, Crown Royal.
Today's show is being brought to you by My Little Brony.
My little jabroni.
My little brony.
Like, if you're an adult man who wants to dress up in a costume and be around other adult men in a convention center,
isn't that called Wrigley Field, the biggest gay bar in the world?
Well, okay, now I see now.
Listen, and not that there's anything wrong with that. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No, nothing wrong with that. Yeah.
Yeah, we're not going to get into Cub sock stuff because there's so many people. There's so many. We're on like 6 out of 7 continents, still not Antarctica, by the way. Okay, and so many different countries and states, and no one gives a shit at all about the Cubs and the Sox. I mean, it's most. You know what? I'm pretty convinced most people don't give a shit about baseball at all.
I don't give a shit about the Cubs or the Sox.
Yeah. I mean, most people don't care about
baseball.
sports anymore. Yeah, baseball especially. I think the only thing people really give a shit about is football, right?
Well, I mean, I think all sports is just an excuse to just go out and have a good time and have a few drinks and relax with your friends. I mean, and nobody really cares. I mean, we talk about the outcome we really care, but we really don't.
Yeah,
right.
That's true.
That's true. Yeah.
Oh man, that guy threw 7 touchdowns. He's the greatest. Yeah. And you're like, yeah. And then the next day you're like, who's the greatest?
Yeah. I mean, it's like, does it affect your life at the end of the day? Of course not.
I don't know. ESPN has ESPN 1, 2, 3. They have ESPN Plus. They have ESPNU. They have ESPN News. There's a lot of people talking about shit that nobody cares about.
So, real quick story before we, I'm going to divert for a second. So, I remember we were in Minnesota a few years ago.
Oh yeah.
Caught a Vikings game, which was really good, and we ended up at this bar, which was like a Notre Dame themed bar for whatever reason in Minnesota. So Notre Dame, whoever they were playing, they're winning. I think I remember this. They're winning like 41-0.
Yes, they were.
41-0 with like 2 minutes on the clock in the fourth quarter, and still the people at the bar were screaming at the TV at the top of their lungs, basically lambasting Notre Dame that they weren't doing enough. And just so the point I'm trying to make is that even when your team is doing as best as they could, these fans are just not, they're obviously out of their fucking minds. Excuse my language again. So
Teddy,
they're freaking minds. Yeah, I mean, so I'm just saying it's never. I mean, so what more could you do? So, but the guy still screaming at the TV. And we love guys who scream at TVs because that's the best part. So,
yeah, that is the best.
But what point did you sit down and just say, you know what? I'm extremely satisfied the way my team's doing. I can just stop cheering right now.
For those of you at home,
obviously we couldn't do that. They couldn't do that there.
No, they could not do that.
If you're 21 or older, you have to drink every time we use drop the F-bomb. We're trying to stop the F-bomb.
Yeah. Oh, no. Because, no. Listen. After last week's show, right? Teddy and I were listening. Again, the only time Teddy listens is when we're in the car driving somewhere. So we're on our way to golf, okay? And we're listening to the show. And to me, best show we've ever done, okay? But even at one point, Teddy says, man, we just said the word fuck way too many times.
I
man.
agree. Yeah, a lot of repeating, a lot of gratuitous swearing that wasn't necessary, and I was actually kind of embarrassed by that. So I'm going to make a concerted effort. And I was part of the problem, not the solution.
Yeah, and you're always part of the problem, Ted. I mean, there's no solution in what we're doing.
I'm going to make a concerted effort not to do that, even though I dropped the first F-bomb.
No, I said fuck already.
Oh, you did? You did?
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, I already said motherfucker once.
Yeah.
They do say that people who swear are more intelligent, but I do believe there's a limit.
I thought it was opposite. I thought the people who swear the most are actually not that intelligent.
That is not true. Hold on. Listen, I swear all the time, and I'm literally a moron.
But you know what? Honestly, an idiot. But honestly, people who don't swear at all, I don't trust those people.
Well, there you go. Intelligent people use...
No, I'm saying people who don't swear at all, I don't trust them.
Why? I mean, how is swearing trustworthy or not trustworthy?
People who drink.
People who drink.
You ever talk to someone? No, I'm saying you ever talk about someone. They don't drink coffee. They don't drink alcohol. I don't trust those people. There's something about them. I don't know.
Yeah. You know what?
You know what? Someone who says, "Oh, I don't drink coffee or alcohol. I don't swear." You know what? There's somebody cut up under their floorboards right now. There's 52 bodies, like John Wayne Gacy. There's somebody.
So you're saying
there's a dead body somewhere? I guarantee.
Hold on. You're saying that people that don't drink.
Yeah.
Drink coffee, drink beer, or swear are literally mass murderers.
Seems logical.
Or chronic masturbators.
That's
chronic masturbators.
Wait a minute. I do all that, and I'm a chronic masturbator.
Or downloaders of child pornography. I mean,
okay. No.
I'm kidding.
No.
Just kidding.
Okay.
Just kidding.
All right. You are such a lunatic. Okay. Johnny, since you're running this, are you ready to sing since you have no commercial? I love the fact that this is the first show ever. Okay, so that's fine.
I'm going to have to come back.
So hold on a second. So just so you know, I'll tell you now.
I'm scared too, John.
Okay, so everybody knows we're kind of switching who's running the show, and we're switching who's doing the tips for 20s. It's not Ted's tips for 20s. It's now tips for 20s. So Teddy is doing it this week. Johnny, you are in charge of tips for 20s next week.
Got it.
Oh, man.
No,
I feel
for
like
sure.
You're not doing that.
No,
okay.
I will.
Okay. All right.
I kind of knew this, but I was like, afraid to ask, and I was hoping everyone would forget.
Well, don't ask, don't tell. It's okay.
Right?
Don't ask, don't tell.
That's not a thing. That was a thing that the Army had to not tell people that you're gay.
Of course it's silly.
Like it was going to spread through the ranks and everybody was just going to be gay. It's like
I caught you gayness. Well, now they can tell.
Everybody's happy?
Listen, I will tell you this right now. There's a ton more women being with women, right? Lesbians, right? There's going to be a point where guys are going to run out of girls and guys are going to turn gay. Yeah. I told Johnny this yesterday, and I immediately called dibs on Johnny, just so you know.
They did it. They did
very attractive man.
They did it in the old days.
What old? How old?
Like Greece,
No, in Greece they just had sex with everybody. We went through that. But the Greeks and the Romans it was literally like a hole search or something, man.
The Romans were more just crazy and would bang anyone, but the Greeks, they dated men more than they dated women.
Oh, Ted, you are Greek. Is that true?
Not anymore.
Not anymore. Okay. I just want to make sure. Okay, Teddy, are you ready for?
Well, then you better turn that bar stool right side up.
Wow.
Teddy, are you ready for? We got to call it now. Tips for 20s.
You ask me that question every week, and doesn't matter what the answer is because I have no choice.
Okay, but
I have to
but
be
we're
ready.
switching it around, so you're only getting 1 out of 3 now.
Yes.
Okay, Johnny, you ready?
I think so.
Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1. So you think you got some good ideas? They seem so shitty, but you're the man. We know you can get it done. Yeah. Teddy, give us tips. Come on, help those kids. They're so wild. So help them.
Wow, that was actually really good, guys.
Really? Because I thought that blew.
No, I'm telling you because I'm telling you the song's better than the tips. That's the problem.
Oh my God! I was going to warn you not to say that, but now you know what I'm going to do. Every time you do something like that where you repeat, I'm going to bring something. I'm going to throw it at you.
Ooh, toys.
Yes. No. Like I'm not going to throw dildos at him. That's not. If this was Alabama, you realize we couldn't do that.
Not adult toys.
Yeah, not adult toys. Okay.
Actually, this is like Queen opening for what's that?
No.
Teddy, do you remember how you talked about not repeating? You're literally repeating the thing you've said 1,000 times.
Okay, I'm done. Here's the tips. Ready?
Jesus,
ready.
God Almighty. Okay.
Okay.
Don't touch my naked lady shot glass.
Oh man, Johnny is knee deep. Johnny is knee deep in the shots.
He's very preoccupied with that shot
Teddy,
glass.
Teddy, listen. We were hanging out Tuesday, right? Where you said, one of the things we got to do is we got to not say the word fuck so much, and I got to not repeat things. I thought, it's going to be a thing where I don't repeat things.
I think you just did all the stuff we talked about,
and then you just did it, Ted.
Yeah, but in smaller doses, so it's incrementally getting better.
Hasn't changed at all. It's literally has not changed in any way, shape, or form.
Anyway, here's the tip.
It's the beginning of the show.
So,
all right, tip away.
So the tip is, you're only as good as your options.
Whoa.
You're only as good as your options. And what does that mean? Okay. Job-wise, so let's just say you got a job that pays $30,000 a year. Nothing wrong with that, but that's the only job you have. But if somebody offered a job making $50,000 a year, you definitely might consider that. Relationship-wise, you're in a relationship with a certain individual. If someone better came along, you might reconsider that relationship with that first individual to go with the second individual. So the point, or friends, golf courses, the point is
Wait, can I ask you one question?
No, you may not, but go ahead.
Are you literally dumping me as a golf friend and taking John? Is this what's happening? Am I your second option now?
That would be a downgrade.
I'm looking for golf courses, actually.
Oh, okay. Okay, so you're saying some golf courses are better than others.
Yeah.
Why? Because they care more? Because they cuddle more? I don't understand, Ted. What are you saying?
What I'm saying is, in general, in life, you're only as good as your options. When you really think about it, that's the true thing. So, so if your options are limited and that's the best you got, that's what you're going to go with, and that's okay. But the point is, the more options you have,
you could be better. You could be better.
You can do better. You can do better
if
in
you had
life.
more options.
If you have more options.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what? I tell you what, I can't argue with that.
The other one I used to hear was a man is as faithful as his options.
That's true too. That's an offshoot. That's an offshoot of that. Yeah.
So if you're a fat guy and then you lose a ton of weight and you look good and you got more options,
well, I mean,
you're less faithful.
Well, actually, with women, that's what common with women. So a woman who's like overweight, and she loses a ton of weight, and now she's obviously more desirable. Not that she was undesirable being overweight, but now being obviously just say she lost a lot of weight. Yeah, she's gonna and those women can definitely a lot more potential male suitors are coming after her,
and female
too. So the point is just that's a perfect example. You're only as good as your options.
So this is a perfect example. Ted, faithful, loving husband. He's in the downtown Hilton, and International Men in Leather comes on, and a guy in assless chaps walks in, and Teddy sees her.
Apple bottom jeans, baby. Apple bottom jeans.
No, you know what? I could, Teddy. I can see that. I can see that. You know what? I'll tell you what. I underestimate you all the time, like pretty much every second of the day. But your tips they're good, okay? And here's the thing. I'm not just playing this up because Johnny's doing tips next week and he's probably going to forget and we are going to shit all over him.
Yeah, don't screw it up, Johnny.
Yeah, Johnny. I hope that your tips are as profound as Teddy because he actually put some thought into this. I like it. Now, can I say something here?
Yeah. I
have some issues. Do you mind if I bring them up?
Please share.
Go for it.
Okay. I have some issues with the Proud Boys. Okay. I do. I have some issues with the Proud Boys, right? Number one, why do they wear masks?
Do they wear masks?
They wear masks. If you're so proud, yeah, they go around, they walk around, they wear those white masks. If they're so proud, why don't they show their faces?
Yeah.
Okay?
Makes sense.
I do things I'm not proud of all the time, but I never wear a mask.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Number two, let some chicks in. Why is it just Proud Boys? Okay. I'm sure there's a ton of super racist chicks that would love to march around with the Proud Boys. Why don't they let women in?
Well, actually, there's a thing that was called Breeders for the Klan a long time ago. So it was women who were very proud.
What?
A real thing. It was called Breeders for the Klan.
What is that?
That seems misogynistic.
No, I'm going to tell you. So these were women who were very happy to have the children of people who were overtly racist.
What? Are you fucking with me right now?
Just Google it, man.
Wait a minute. No, I'm not going to. I don't Google things.
Okay,
but you're saying that there are women who specifically just wanted to have sex with white hooded freaks so they could have racist babies?
I'm guessing they're just their girlfriends and wives.
Well, I mean,
we don't
know what the kids are going to turn out like, because obviously racism is a learned behavior and not innate. It's not innate. It's not genetic, of course. But the point is, they were more than happy to procreate with people, with gentlemen who are overtly racist, like was the KKK or just people.
Wait a minute. I feel like if you're a little kid and you're eating dinner with like a Nazi fork, right? I feel like there's very little chance that when you're eating your mac and cheese, right, and your mom and dad are super fucking racist and they got pictures of Hitler all over the place that you're not going to be. I mean, I just feel like that's pretty obvious.
Well, I'm just saying racism obviously is a learned behavior. It's not something that's genetic or built in. So it has to be obviously taught from birth or just at some point during childhood to obviously take effect.
No, I agree with that. Okay, so here's my last problem with the Proud Boys. Okay, and this is what I'm saying. Maybe they should be less proud, and here's why. Because it seems lately every time that they attack some gay people, they end up being the ones that get the shit kicked out of them. Okay? And I would not be proud if my main goal was a fail almost every single time. So I have a suggestion for the Proud Boys. Okay? Instead of going to like parades and instead of like going by a gay bar and harassing the people inside and getting the shit kicked out of them, try this. Try harassing gay children. Okay? And this is what I got. Go to an elementary schoolyard and just start harassing little kids, right? This way you could work up to more bigger and more dangerous children, and you would have some good vibes rather than constantly harassing gay men and getting the shit kicked out of you or getting tased or getting sprayed with whatever kind of mace or anything. And I think this would work for them.
Well, I got something better. How about instead of harassing any Americans, how about harassing somebody who's actually an existential threat to the United States, like the Taliban or someone who actually wants to do real harm to the United States versus
Russia.
somebody who just has a different sexual orientation that you don't agree with.
Oh, I love that. So there's so many things that they could do and be successful instead of constantly getting the shit kicked out of them by
Let me ask you a question. So there's a lot of disagreement in the world. For example, Iranians don't like Iraqis, blah blah blah. Shiites don't like Sunni Muslims because even though they're very similar. Protestants don't like what's it?
Catholics.
In Northern Ireland. Yeah. So here's the thing. Can you imagine if there was an alien invasion from another world? No, seriously. Seriously.
Ted, we've all heard this.
Do you imagine, I mean, okay, so there's an alien invasion like the movies. They come down, and they're going to enslave the entire world population and kill them off. I guarantee you everybody would band together as a team and forget about all their differences
you have a common enemy.
Because this is fucking real. Excuse me. This is effing real now. Yeah.
Ted, you're doing the repeating thing. We've talked about this like 6 times.
I'm not going to fight. I'm not fighting the aliens. I'm going to go with them.
Yeah.
What?
Take me away.
You're going to take the anal probe?
Wait, hold on a second.
Okay, so.
You're under the impression that aliens are going to be like E.T. or like what was that Close Encounters where they just want to take you away? Yeah. Why would an alien want to take us? What are you, John? What special gift do you have for the aliens?
Well, I'm sort of joking there because you realize already my stance on this is it's contrary to most people who are intelligent people who say, and especially with the James Webb telescope, we see the universe is much, much bigger than they ever imagined before. And they're like, how can there not be intelligent life?
Yeah, of course. Well, here's about mine.
No, that's what everyone thinks. I'm of the stance that there's not intelligent life because intelligent life ends up killing itself.
Here's about mine. We can't even get to Mars, which is like about what. So if we got to Mars, I think Elon Musk is trying to have a shuttle go to Mars.
But we have a lot of sensitive equipment to measure.
But that's six. It's a 6-year journey to get to Mars. So obviously they've sent like remote land rovers to Mars that have landed successfully. But to even put a person at Mars, which is one of the planets in the constellation, I mean, you can't even get to another universe. So I mean, if there was a life form that could somehow get to us. Just the fact that they can even physically get to us from somewhere else shows that they're way more intelligent than us, and they're.
But that's Matt's point. What do they want with us? We're like ants.
Yeah.
We're like ants.
You know what they want? You're a hamster. That's what you are. You're a hamster.
I'm not crawling up any.
Yeah, I'm not crawling up any. I'm not gonna. Wow, what if aliens were giants and you? Oh man, you had to go up their butts. That would be the worst thing ever.
Here again. I'm telling you, I don't want to get off on this tangent too much, but it's like because I used to be one of those people like. It's stupid and naive to think that we're the only intelligent creatures, but the universe is 13 billion years old. We have amazing equipment that can measure sounds, infrared, all kinds of different spectrums in the light, whatever.
Right.
We haven't seen any. I know some people will say we.
Yeah. Why did you go to South Carolina and all the people have had their anuses probed?
Let me ask you this. Just because you haven't seen something, does that mean it's not there? I never saw a bear shit in the woods, but does that mean it didn't happen?
Yes,
but people have seen bear shit.
I've never seen you wipe your ass.
I've seen a bear.
Does that mean
and
that
I've
never
seen
happened?
Bear shit.
Oh man, I feel like at some point we're going to do this show in a toilet, and Johnny's going to have to wipe his ass to prove to Ted that he's here.
The point is, just because we can't comprehend it or we've never seen it, doesn't mean it's not viable. So don't assume anything. Yeah, you're right. There might be nothing out there. It might just be space dust. There might be nothing, but that's hard to believe that there's not
impossible.
One being out there that's more superior. That's way more superior. And honestly, if that entity ever came here, that would debunk the whole Bible thing. Because how do you explain that? How can you reconcile that? Like the dinosaurs, for example.
I'm sure they'd come up
how
with
come
something.
The Bible doesn't mention dinosaurs?
Because we learned that in a previous show that
only
they're fake.
It's only 2,000. We're only 2,000 years old.
I mean, other than Jurassic Park, where there's dinosaurs and people in the same scene.
Listen, if we were ever invaded by dinosaurs, you definitely want Chris Pratt to do the hand thing where he talks to the dinosaurs.
Right.
I know your brain is the size of a peanut.
And if that was real life, and if it was real life, his hand would be bitten off and spit in his face.
Okay, so listen, we were talking about differences, right? So the president this week, he headed to the Middle East, right, to talk to...
No, he headed to the Middle East to beg for oil.
Well, no, and one of the things he did is he went to the Middle East, like every president does, to talk to the Palestinians and the Israelis and to end their 100-year conflict.
Which no president in history has ever been successful in doing. ever.
Well, and it's not really any of our business, to be honest. And no
exactly.
one's been ever successful at doing anything.
Yeah, I mean, he's not the first. He's not the first president to do that. And honestly,
no, every president has done it. Every single one.
And it's been an epic fail every single time.
Right. So here's my thing. Here's my thing. I would have more respect for the president if he would have said the obvious. If he would have just said, "Listen, I'm not going over there because there's absolutely nothing I can do to end this conflict, and I'm not going to waste my time, say some bullshit, and ultimately look and sound like a dumbass. Yeah. I'm just not going to do this."
Well, to Teddy's point, I think his ulterior motive was, and not to beg, but to go over there and trying to get them to increase their oil production.
But that's not something. Listen, the reality is,
it's not going to lower the gas prices. By the way,
yes, it would.
No way.
Yeah, simple supply and demand, basic business 101.
Yeah, Teddy, if there was more oil, that prices of gas would go down.
But they're already pumping out almost maximum capacity.
No. Saudi Arabia is the one country who has enough oil reserves, or whatever, not reserves, but they could definitely impact the price of gas.
Yeah. Well, listen, even if they could, you don't go there to do that. That's not something. That's something that's done on the sly behind. The president going anywhere. It
wasn't necessary for him to do that.
It's a complete waste of time. It's literally like everything the president does is pretend, right?
But let me just say this, and I'm not sticking up for Biden. I'm just playing devil's advocate, and I really want to drop the F-bomb here. All you people are like, "Oh, Joe Biden's a piece of crap. He doesn't do anything. Gas prices are high. It's his fault." And then he goes to Saudi Arabia to try and lower them, and you're like, "Oh, look at this douchebag going to Saudi Arabia." You know what I mean? It's like, well, you can't win,
Yeah, but I mean, we know that when the president goes and he talks to other leaders, there's nothing getting done. It's symbolic. It's pretend, right? Everything is done.
Nothing ever gets done. Nothing ever gets done.
No, nothing ever gets done, right?
Well,
I mean,
welcome to politics. I agree.
A lot of talking, a lot of meetings, a lot of hand wringing. But yeah, at the end of the day, nothing really ever gets done, no matter what, right?
Yeah,
100%. I agree with you, but then you can't say Joe Biden's fault for gas prices going up because he
I
doesn't
don't
do anything. I know you're not.
No, I agree with that. I mean, honestly, I know he canceled his first day in office. He canceled the XL pipeline or something, the pipeline to Canada, which nothing. Obviously that was obviously bad optics. But the point is, inflation is probably not his fault. But yeah, but you know what?
It was only bad optics because people made bullshit
up. But the point is, he's still going to be blamed for it because it happened on his watch. And and in reality, here's how it works. Even when it's not your fault,
it's your fault.
It's still your fault.
Yeah.
If you're in charge.
Yeah.
That's the way it works.
It's funny. It's funny. Like, I don't understand why people would want to be the president. Like, Ted, listen, Ted, you're a young-looking guy. When you're done being president in 2 years, when you get elected, and it's going to be awesome. It really is going to be awesome. I mean, what's going to happen? What's going to happen to you? I mean, you can't do anything. You don't really have any power.
Well, no, you can do something, but you just need the mechanism to do it. So the point is, like I brought up before, why would somebody spend $1 billion plus to apply for a job that pays $420,000 a year? Ask yourself that question. Like anything, So why would they're really people just chomping at the bit to have that job. And it's not about public service. That's the problem. It's never about public service. It's about power, influence. Patronage.
Yeah, getting people to do what you want them to do because you think you're smarter than everybody else.
Just it's basically an ego trip at this point. So unfortunately, the presidency has been hijacked because it's not about public service anymore. Just like the governorship, even a local alderman, it's just it's just a power trip. I get to dress up in a fancy suit. People are going to kiss my ass. I'm not really doing.
I'm going to walk into a restaurant. I'm going to get free food.
I'm going to get free food. Yeah, that unfortunately that's the disconnect there. So you're not because the funny thing, politics is public service. You're a public servant. You work for the people. Our tax dollars pay your salary. You're not the king. You're not the emperor. You're not special. You're there to help us. So the Chuck Schumers, the Nancy Pelosi's of the world, the whoever else is there been there for 30, 40 years. They're
Chuck Grassley.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, the point is, all these antiquated politicians who are well past their prime, and like we talked about before, there should be nobody in their 70s and 80s making decisions for the population. You're like I said, if you have to retire at 65, you should. Same thing with politics. Supreme Court, you should be out of office.
Well,
you should not be in office.
I'm going to give you one example where the federal government should not be making decisions for us. Abortion, Roe versus Wade.
Sure.
That the story of the 10-year-old girl who was raped and had to leave Ohio and travel to another state to get an abortion. like those people in Ohio, the ones who voted, the way they did, wanted a 10-year-old fourth grader to carry a baby to term who is the result of a rape. Well, that's disgusting.
Let's go back even further than that. So in the 1800s, there was a ruling that said a black person wasn't even a person; they were property, and that didn't come from the KKK or the Grand Wizard or the Ku Klux Klan. That came from the Supreme Court of the United States of America that said the Dred Scott decision said a black person. These are the most learned people in the United States. Said after all this analysis, a black person is not even a person. They're personal. They're personal property.
But Teddy, listen. There are things that people do when they. I mean, at one point in Salem, Massachusetts, they stoned women and they drowned women, right? Because they thought they were witches.
Exactly.
Okay, so there's things, but going back to this 10-year-old. Okay, so here's the thing. One of the Republican senators, Jim Jordan, right? He got on Twitter, and
which he deleted, by the way.
Yes, of course they always delete.
But he got on and said the whole thing was fake news, right? That there was no 10-year-old, there was no nothing, right?
That's their answer to facts.
But so he goes and he does all this, right? And he tweets the whole thing was a lie and was all made up, and then all of a sudden it turns out that they arrest a guy, right? And then Jordan completely changes his story and he deletes the tweet, right? And he went with a different tweet and he said he hoped that the guy who got arrested is prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law.
Well, I mean, I'm
not. Wait.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, but that's an important point, and it's like, why don't you ask these people now if that was your 10-year-old daughter, would you want her to deliver that baby? Right?
No, not even that. Not even that. Listen, I'll tell you this. They asked him. A reporter asked him, right? How do you respond to the little girl and the family after you called them liars, right? And he said this. He just went back. He said, I never doubted the girl's story.
Yep.
Okay. Which is bullshit because he called her and the family liars.
He did everything he does. He did what every man and every whatever person does when there's someone they don't give a shit about, and that is shame them, slut shame them, or call them liars, or call them assholes. The Attorney General of Ohio also did the same thing.
Yeah.
And when they asked him about it, and they're like, well, now it's proven.
Right.
What you said was a lie.
Right.
And he goes, do you want to apologize? And he goes, apologize for what? Tell me what I said, and it's just, they just, it's disgusting.
Here's the takeaway. The takeaway, if you don't have enough information to make an informed decision, don't say anything. And if you're wrong, once you have enough information to make an informed decision, your opinion should change based on the information you have. And that's the problem with a lot of politicians or just people in general.
But they won't.
Because you could have, I could have strong opinions, but if there's some information that's diametrically opposed to what I believe in, I have to change my opinion. And if I don't, then I'm an idiot.
And that's the problem with our society. That's our problem with our society today.
Yeah.
So
because you have too much pride.
They did a poll. They asked people who won the 2020.
Yeah, the 2020 election. Sure.
Yeah, and 60% of Republicans said that Trump won. 60% of Republicans said that Trump won. There is a Republican committee led by a federal judge. They're hardcore conservatives. They did their own due diligence. They're like, we're not going to listen to CNN. We're not going to do anything. They investigated every single one of his 64 things, and they published a paper. And they're like, there's absolutely zero proof of any kind of election fraud. End of story. These are hardcore Republicans, and they're asking other Republicans to stop pushing that lie. But it's like people.
Funniest thing about this whole, like all these people that said it was fake news and everything, okay? And listen, I'm saying this to the people of Ohio, and we have listeners in Ohio, right, who support this guy, all right? Let me ask you this. Would it be okay if he said that about your daughter and your family?
Right.
If he called, if your 10-year-old daughter got raped and got impregnated by somebody, and he called you a liar and said none of this ever happened, would you be okay with it? And of course they wouldn't.
It's like all the Parkland shooting things where people were calling them liars, and it was bullshit, and their kids never got killed.
Isn't that crazy? I would think that if this was me, and here's my things. He's not representing the people that he's not taking in all the people that he's supposed to represent. He's just randomly tweeting out, right? And again, Twitter is there to show three things, right? Show you're a dumbass, a racist, and a homophobe. That's all Twitter is good for. That's it, okay? And he's there saying all these terrible things. If it was you wouldn't stand for that.
There was a hardcore female Ohio politician. I don't know who she was exactly.
Oh, I know the name of the chick, and I can't think of her.
She's pro-life. She's totally pro-life. But she's like, you got to have some exceptions. The federal government can't predict everything that's going to happen. And in this case, like the 10-year-old,
right,
that kid should be allowed to have an abortion. End of story. I'm sorry. End of story. You can be as pro-life as you want, but if a 10-year-old gets raped...
That's common sense. I mean, I think...
That's exactly what she said. She said it's common sense.
You just use some common sense in everything, not just abortion, but just common sense with because every situation is different. Every situation is a fluid situation. You can't just put everything in a box and say, this is the way it's going to be, and that's the problem. And that's why some people, that's why they fail, because their weakness is they can't hold two opposing viewpoints in their mind and function.
Well, that's back to...
And that's why they...
What Matt said, which is they're there to help their constituents. They're there to help their constituents.
They're elected. They're elected to help their constituents.
And you got to use common sense and have good values and do what's right for your... Like, yes, she's pro-life. A lot of people are pro-life. They don't want abortions. That's fine. But look at this one 10-year-old kid and ask yourself, should you allow her to do what's right?
There's exceptions to every rule. That's the bottom line. And people who can't see that, they fail. That's why they fail, because they can't see the forest for the trees. That's why they fail.
Oh, I love that one. That's one of my favorites. Now, speaking of forests and trees.
Google that, hang on.
Yeah, no. So in case you didn't listen to the previous show, you know Johnny loves Love Island, right?
What do you love about it, Johnny?
It's amazing. It's that is the opposite of The Bachelor and Bachelorette. Those shows are trash, you know.
Okay, so I can tell you right now. I've seen The Bachelor and The Bachelorette. I've watched them.
I've watched them in the past, and they've just become...
And by the way, I'm only admitting this right now. If anybody asks me, I'm going to pretend like I didn't say this. But yeah, I have watched this, Ted. Ted just... Listen.
Listen. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
So I think I was out of town a few weeks ago, and I saw this one thing, because I never watch TV, to be honest with you. So I saw this one...
It's true, he doesn't.
...episode.
No.
These people were on a yacht. It was a yacht.
The yacht thing.
Yeah, but it was like they were like assistants on the yacht. You know, they were there for their purpose. And so it wasn't like it was like a reality show. But the point is like obviously a lot of young
below deck,
virile,
below deck,
Mediterranean,
good-looking women and men, and they're on this yacht, and they're there obviously for some mundane task. But the point is, there's a lot of hormones,
mundane task,
a lot of testosterone, a lot of estrogen flowing around. So they're going skinny dipping. They're having a lot of tequila.
Sounds great.
And the one guy likes the one girl, but the one girl is hitting on the one guy. And
you mean
he
Gary?
Doesn't like the girl. Yeah, Gary.
Damn that Gary. You know what? I'll tell you right now. Gary's an asshole.
A lot of thongs. A lot of thong. A lot of thong.
But listen, I mean, we all know that all those shows are fake as fuck, right?
Yes, they're scripted. Very scripted.
Damn it. Okay. But listen, for Johnny's little show, Love Island, okay, in the first 4 weeks of that show, Johnny, I hope you know this, there were 781 complaints.
About like sexual harassment or something?
I guess there's some bullying on the show. Did you see any bullying?
So I'm going back and watching the older shows. I have not watched this year's show yet.
Oh, so this year was really bad.
Yeah.
Did you know that a 19-year-old hooked up with a 27-year-old?
No.
That's not that salacious.
How can anyone be 19's really young? The youngest people I ever see on there typically are 22, 23.
Oh, you got to watch this year. Oh, Johnny, this year. Wait, what I mean is I never saw this. I'm just reading about this in the news.
Here's another fun fact. And when I say fun, it's the opposite of fun. But
what?
So there's 7 seasons, I think. And
Yeah.
Actually,
I don't think you think. I think you know.
Yes,
I think
exactly.
You know. I think you know everything
Ted.
in excruciating detail, Johnny.
I don't know for sure because I haven't watched the latest season, so I'm at 7 or 8. But,
Gary's an asshole.
I'm currently.
I like how he pretends he's not sure. That's good. I like that. Go ahead.
Keep
going.
I didn't do them sequentially. I did them in like different random whatever, So I'm watching season 3 right now, even though I saw like season 4 or something like that. But I'm on season 3. But of course, during the course of the show, right, these people are trying to couple up and fall in love, and they become boyfriend girlfriend, and they're gonna be like, oh, are we gonna last on the outside? So of course, I immediately go to my phone and I'm like, are whoever and whoever still
Gary and that
still
fucking
together?
slut?
Well, that's below deck. But and the first time I did it, and I can't remember who her name was, and it's like she's dead. She hung herself.
Yeah. So here's the weird thing.
What?
No, Teddy. Here's the weird thing. On that show, there have been like 7 in like 7 seasons. There have been like 7 or 8 people that have committed suicide.
And that show's still active. They didn't cancel it.
It's the UK, Ted. Anything can happen.
4 of them have hung themselves.
Yeah.
For what reason? What reason?
Why
Ted, because Gary, they couldn't get to Gary.
Gary's not going to hang himself. He's on below deck.
No.
No, but Mike.
I love how you know.
Well, if the criteria was I couldn't get a blowjob, I would have been dead like 25 years ago.
Mike,
you got to toughen up. Maybe they need a dating coach. I'm gonna have it come up with the whistles.
the most recent one is Mike.
He killed himself?
He's a very good looking guy. He kind of looks a little bit like Elvis, kind of like a
Ooh, Teddy, you love
dark
Elvis.
personality.
Yeah.
They found him in the
really
woods
good
or something like that. He's dead.
Holy shit.
And then listen to this.
Like the Blair Witch Project.
So listen to this.
That was scary, Ted. Fuck you.
No, actually, that movie bored me. I've never been so bored in my life.
We're talking about hanging.
The Blair Witch Project.
So I'm Googling.
I wish it would have killed me. Whatever's in the Blair Witch would have killed me, so I'd be fucking dead, so I wouldn't have to hear it.
So do I, Ted.
I'm Googling the host. I think it's Caroline Fleck. I was Googling her.
God, you are so into this. It's terrifying.
She's dead. She hung herself. The host.
Holy shit.
What, is this like the Titanic or something? It's like it's cursed. It's like it's cursed. Or the Hindenburg.
Wait a minute. Are you scared to watch this?
Half the time I'm like, are they still together? And I'm like closing my eyes, like, did he hang himself?
Can I ask you one question? Why do you have that rope in your hand with this? Okay. Here's another reality show that I love watching. It's called Herschel Walker Runs for Congress.
Oh, God.
Do you guys love this one?
Yeah.
This is the best reality show of all time. Okay, so allegedly this guy, Herschel Walker, and I think for pretend, the backstory is he used to be a professional running back.
For the Dallas Cowboys, one of the best running backs of all time.
Wait a minute.
He's awesome.
No, let's not get crazy.
University of Georgia. Great running back,
Okay,
yeah.
wait, is this real? Wait a minute. This is a reality show. Is this real?
No, Herschel Walker was a great athlete. Great athlete. What are you talking about?
No, Ted, this isn't real.
All right.
Wait, hold on. Wait a minute. The show I watched, okay, he said that the clean air from America went over to China, and the dirty air from China
He's a stupid football player.
Yeah, flew over to America, and that's why we have pollution. And that's not real. That can't be real. No one would really say that. That's pretend, right?
Of course.
There's not a real guy named Herschel Walker.
Yeah.
Was he a real guy?
Well, not anymore after that silly statement.
No, I mean, listen to me. He really said that. Okay, and now I'm kidding. I know Herschel Walker's a real guy. I know it's not a reality show. He literally, this is a guy who is running for Congress in Georgia, and he literally said the good air from America went over to China. The bad air from China came over here, and that's why we have pollution.
Well, it sounds like he needs better speechwriters. He's not doing a good job.
But I mean, come on. Who is doing this? That is the most insane thing I have ever heard in my life.
I agree.
And this guy is running for Congress and being supported by our best friend and the guy we won't let on the show, Donald Trump. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that that's pretty much the Republican Party these days.
I mean, doesn't that sound crazy?
It used to.
I mean, to me, it's I don't know, man.
But it was competition that Warnock guy who the pastor, quote unquote, the pastor, which is code for flim flam man, scam artist. huckster.
What, pastor?
Yeah. Anyone who calls themselves pastor, reverend, yeah. I mean, let's just face it.
Oh man, I'll tell you right now.
You know that's all bad, right? So,
I saw one of those guys. I was at the gym working out, and I saw one. I think I might have mentioned this before. I saw one of those guys, and he's got his show on, right? And I can't believe his show is on at the gym, right? And he's got different telephone numbers for every single country, every single country, so that they can donate. And I'm just thinking, why aren't we doing that? That's all I could think about is why aren't we doing that?
Because we're not pieces of shit.
Yeah. Here's another tip. Here's a quick tip. If you call somebody and you get their voicemail and they say "Have a blessed day," they're the biggest pieces of crap.
Here's the
anyone
thing.
who says "Have a blessed day," they're horrible people. They're horrible people.
Here's the thing. I know, Maddie.
FYI.
I know you're joking. You're like,
no, actually, we're not joking. But go ahead.
I know you're joking. You're like, oh, but I could have $20 million in a private plane, and you could.
Right.
And you could lie to yourself and say, it's fine. Whatever. People are donating to me. But think about the people who are donating to that guy. Some of them probably are giving him what little money they
life
have.
Savings.
Yeah.
Life savings.
Yeah. Here's the funny thing.
It's just so disgusting.
We talk about like the worst people in the world, like Adolf Hitler, Joseph Stalin,
Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Idi Amin. Yeah. So
I would literally put her up there.
Yeah.
I would literally put her up.
Fine.
Wait, and then we have to include everyone who's on Love Island because they're all leading to suicides.
But you know who should be on the list too is Joel Osteen, the pastor from Houston, Texas. So here's a guy. He's slick, right? He's slick. He's got that little down home Southern voice. He's telling you a bunch of homilies about Jesus is going to come save you. All you got to do is blah blah blah.
No, all you got to do is give money to me.
Joe, and this motherfucker, excuse my private plane.
All right, everybody drink.
He looks great because he's got a personal trainer, personal chef. Yeah, he's living large. He's got his 100,000 seat mega church in Houston, whatever. Yeah, this guy. Trust me, if there's a one way ticket to hell, that guy is going straight there because he's using God's name in vain. Because the funny thing about Jesus, he never set foot in a church. Jesus, the real Jesus, if you believe in that. He never went to church.
Wow, you know what? That's so weird.
Jesus never went to church.
Dude, you are just blowing my mind right now. You're right.
That's right.
I will say this, though. I think in his mind, church was his community.
Yeah. Well, church was the people. Church
wasn't
was the people.
a place.
It wasn't a place. It wasn't a place. It was a concept, right?
Right.
So it's kind of like home is where the heart on is.
Like
Wait, heart is. Okay.
I was gonna wait until Maddie. I don't know if you're gonna bring up any Jehovah's Witness stuff.
Yes.
All right. Then I will.
No, go ahead.
No.
I want you to. No.
I have
insist.
an add-on. I have an add-on to that. So you do the Jehovah's Witness thing, and I want to tell you a little something.
Okay, so
they don't celebrate birthdays, right?
Here, real quick. My daughter, who used to live here, right? She still gets a lot of her mail sent here. Okay, she got this letter. I'm just going to read what I have. Okay, and here it goes. It says, "My name is Joanne. I'm a volunteer in the area. Would you agree that all we want is to have peace in our lives? Okay, and God promises that peace can become just like a river, serene, abundant, and ongoing." Okay, and then it says some blah, blah, blah stuff. It says, "We invite you to view this year's Convention of Jehovah's Witnesses with the theme, Pursue Peace." Now, number one, this is what I want to say. When did the Jehovah's Witnesses stop coming to your goddamn house and doing this? Now we get letters? How fucking lazy are these people? Stop with the letters.
Hey, it's 2022.
That's bullshit.
It's a modern age. So.
Wait, so now we have to have letters instead of somebody... I'd like to talk to you, and this is my favorite thing I ever did. They go, "I'd like to talk to you about taking Jehovah into your heart." And I said, "Oh, come on in." I go, "Listen," I go, "It's not a big deal." I go, "But I'm kind of a Satanist, and I would like to talk to you about this." I go, "So maybe we can talk about this and see what's happening." And it's the middle of summer, so I'm a teacher. I'm off, right? It's like 2:00 in the afternoon, and I open the door, and I go, "Come on in." I go, "I have lemonade." And the two guys, there's two guys, it's just me. And the two guys are like, no, we're here to talk to you about God. I said, yeah, no. You do your thing, and I'm going to talk about, my savior, Satan. And the two guys, this is the greatest thing ever. They actually start backing up, and they're like, "Well, we've had a good talk with you and everything." I'm like, "We haven't even discussed anything." I'm like, and I push the door open a little bit more. I go, "Come inside, please, come inside." And these two guys just like, "Oh, have a nice day," and they took off. And
Good one. Good one.
Yeah, but you can't do that to a letter, Ted.
Well played.
Yeah. Well, I thought
you could tear up the letter and or shred it and just throw it in the trash. So.
Or Ted, I can do this. So this letter, a young lady named Joanne gave my daughter her email address. So what I thought I would do is I thought I would share her email address with everyone out there. And if you feel like you want to be part of Jehovah Witnesses' theme of pursuing peace and getting into their, there's no registration required, by the way, to get into there. Why don't you email this young lady, Joanne?
I'm writing it down right now. What's
that
email?
Here is her email address, JOKOKO9801 at yahoo.com.
Joe Coco?
Joe Coco 9801 at yahoo.com. Why don't you guys just email her? And you know what? Let's see what she says, because here's what I'm going to do. And I wanted to wait till I did this on the show. I'm going to email her tomorrow, and I'm going to share some of my feelings and see how they react or work in with what she thinks.
So, having traveled to Alabama a lot, I have encountered Jehovah's Witness a lot.
With no sex toys.
No sex toys. Not familiar with them too much. And so I was Googling when I knew you were going to do this. And they have like 21 million people that are participating. 21
sure, that
million.
makes sense.
Yeah. But this is my favorite part. So they trace their roots back to the Adventist movements of the 19th century.
Wait, is that like the Advent calendar where you got to open up a thing for Christmas?
Maybe.
Did you guys have that, the 25 days, the Advent calendar, where you got to take out a little piece? Oh, Teddy, you're a Jew. Sorry. Look at him. Teddy is just like, I didn't get to have fun stuff. I'm Jewish. I got socks and mittens.
But so William Miller was a Baptist preacher of the Adventist movement, and he predicted that Christ would return and the world would end in 1843.
Wait, that was the time the world ended.
Right? And then that didn't happen, and he moved it to March, and then he moved of 43, and then March of 44, and then October of 44. He kept moving it. And so that's when the Jehovah, some people were like, that's it, I'm done.
What's the South Park episode where Joseph Smith, the guy from the Mormons, he was looking at the thing? He's like, God told me.
Yep. So they formed the Jehovah Witness, and this is going to be my tip for next week, but I'm going to share it right now.
Oh, come on, you can't.
If you're going to predict the end of the world, just think about that, right? This guy did it in 1843, completely wrong. All the Scientologists, I don't know what their date is, but at some point, 200 years after that date, someone's going to do a podcast and just laugh at you for being a fucking moron.
So the fun thing about Scientology...
wait, are you saying, hold on, before you do Scientology, Ted, are you saying that our purpose was to tell everyone
yes,
that the end of the world didn't happen?
Didn't happen in 1843, or March of 44, or October of 44.
Or every second up till, hold on, now. Oh, okay, I just wanted to see what would happen. All right, Teddy, I'm sorry.
So L. Ron Hubbard wrote Dianetics back in the 50s or 60s to make money. He just wanted money. So, but that was the precursor to Scientology, Dianetics, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And so obviously, I think Tom Cruise is a big-time Scientologist as well as a few other famous celebrities. So I'm not familiar with it, but the end result is like I think like they put you through the whole indoctrination process, and at the end they say you're going to be kidnapped by aliens. That's what it is. Like the aliens are coming. It's like Heaven's Gate. It's like Heaven's Gate where you take the phenobarbital and you just kill yourself. I mean, yeah, it's the same thing. Like the aliens are coming to take you away. So it's all bullshit.
Coming to take you away.
It's all BS. Yeah, it's all stupid stuff.
All right, listen.
It's all stupid stuff.
I know we focus on America so much. Can we move to another country? Will you guys mind if I?
Are we going to go to Sri Lanka?
Oh, go ahead. Take us to Sri Lanka, Johnny.
This was my favorite thing ever. I'm watching TV, and these. Sri Lanka's economy is shit, and the politicians, shockingly, are not doing what's right for the constituents. And so they revolt. They burn the prime minister's house down, and they go to their president's house, and they break in. A mob breaks in and You know what I saw?
What's
I saw
that?
people barefoot working out in his gym
Yes.
on the leg press, barefoot. Like, dude, you're in his. Some people are in the pool,
Right.
but why are you doing a leg press barefoot?
No, listen to me. I see people in the gym all the time. I don't understand this. Why do you take your
Socks.
shoes off to do anything with legs? I don't understand that. First of all, number one, here's what it is. The shoes are going to help you. Number two, this isn't your personal fucking gym, dude.
Right.
I have to be here. I don't want your stinky ass feet. I don't want your
Agreed.
stinky ass feet in the gym that I have to share. I'm so tired of people who are sharing things, who go to places and treat it like it's their home and not a shared place. It freaks me out.
I know in their mind they think if I work out barefoot the way God intended me.
No, it's not.
They're thinking that.
No, they're not.
You know, people were running like you should run barefoot. It's like, no, you shouldn't. That's stupid.
No.
They said your feet get trained.
The only thing is
Your
trained.
arch breaks.
No, the only thing that's trained is a girl who's had too much to drink at a college party. That is the only train that's getting pulled. Okay, that's it.
I don't think we should go there.
Okay, so let's go to another part. Let's go across the world. Let's go to another part. Let's go to Britain. Okay,
Ooh.
and we all know Boris Johnson stepped down.
Yep.
As
I
Prime
heard-
Minister.
I heard.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
We knew that. We talked about that.
For what reason? I don't know what the reason was.
I think because he couldn't comb his own hair. I really honestly believe that his inability to look like a man who woke up and actually took care of himself. Yeah,
He was in one existential crisis after another. They were just shitting on him left and right.
Right.
And, yeah.
But the most important thing that happened in Britain recently is allegedly one of the lower-ranking ministers is being accused of uncrossing her legs during one of Boris Johnson's speeches and showing her Yorkshire
JJ.
pudding. Oh, yeah, okay.
Oh, Yorkshire pudding. I like that better.
Her hee-haw?
Yeah. So allegedly, some minister who's sitting in the front, she uncrossed her legs and gave Boris Johnson a little yak shot, right? And everyone is freaking out.
A little shot of her blancmange.
Yeah.
That's like a.
You're a little hard on the beaver. You're a little hard on the beaver.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is a controversy that's happening.
It's so silly.
And allegedly, she bragged about how she threw Boris off. I guess it was one of the last speeches he gave before. I don't know if it was his last speech or one of the last speeches he gave. And she was bragging. And then I guess some other people heard her and kind of told the story. And now she's trying to say that she didn't do that. But people are saying that she did do that. And here's what I'd like to say. How would you like to see the response of Joe Biden if Nancy Pelosi
Oh my God.
did a little beaver shot, a.k.a. our favorite?
We know he
yeah.
likes to smell hair.
Yeah. So what if, could you imagine some video of Nancy Pelosi uncrossing her legs?
Well, I think the point is.
Oh my
Can
God.
she uncross her?
The point is, if you made it, the point is, if you're a high level politician, and you made it to that position of power. I mean, the fact that you saw a little beaver shot and you fell apart. That you lost
Nancy, put your panties back on.
I'm just saying, if you lost your composure over something like that, the point is you're not capable of performing the job. If that throws you off,
No.
you're
I'm sorry.
You're not
That's going to throw me off.
I mean,
dude.
seriously, it's like seeing a nipple or a labia. I mean, if you can't handle yourself after that,
Teddy, was it a sweet nipple? I mean, what kind of booby?
it doesn't
was
matter.
It?
The point is, what were you like? You were like in fifth grade. Were you like a third grader or something?
Kinda.
Yeah. It was just like it's like weird science. You got the
Dude,
tinfoil
I
antenna in
literally,
your head.
I'll be sitting home with my wife and kids. I'm like, oh, hold on. And I rewind. I'm like, I think there's a nipple there.
Yeah. Oh man, was that a booby?
Yeah. So one of the leaders of the most important countries in the world lost his composure because he saw some beaver snatch.
That's.
Is that what you're saying?
That's the alleged. That's the alleged story.
I think she should be prime minister.
Listen, this is a big thing in England.
Well, can I also say, and I know it's not Britain because they pulled out. No pun intended.
Figuratively, of course.
No pun intended. But the euro dropped below the dollar. So if you want to travel there and see beeves and blancmanges and Yorkshire puddings, you can go. It's cheap.
Oh man, that would. I just feel like British food and British snatch are just they're just not good, right?
I heard British food's not that good.
No, I heard it's not that good.
That's how it used to be.
Don't British people have like bad teeth in general? Like I heard.
Yes.
Well, they don't have fluoride in their water.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
Three quick things.
They don't have Listerine.
Oh, hold on. 3 quick things.
Crest?
Three quick things. One, the funny thing is, the difference between The Bachelor and Love Island UK.
Oh my God.
They'll be like, "What's your type?" on Love Island UK, right?
Right.
And they'll be like, "Oh, I like tall, dark. I like good teeth." Like no one in America has to specify that, but on Love Island, it is UK. It is like 40-50% of the time they're like good teeth. So that's a thing.
Hee-haw.
But food. So Britain has come a long way. Their food's better. But if you want to, fish and chips, obviously good. But their pies, their meat pies and stuff, or Sunday roasts, those are good.
Like a shepherd pie or something, or is that? Oh, that's Irish.
No, a meat pie. It's kind of like a chicken pot pie, right?
Yeah,
but
like a chicken pot
makes
pie.
sense,
Yep.
okay.
And they do it over fries though, which is amazing. Like big old thick steak fries.
I like steak
chips.
Chips. I like steak fries, but as a guy who doesn't eat meat, I feel like if I went to Europe, there would be nothing for me to eat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, guys, I already said, like I kind of spoke up for you, that Trump will never be a guest on the show, right?
Right.
But I did have to kind of hedge our bets in case he becomes president again. So, in our name, I donated to his campaign. Okay?
No.
Yes. And right now, the idiots are official Trump Platinum members.
Wow.
Yes, we are Platinum members.
Wow, that's amazing.
How much did that cost us?
You know what, Ted? Don't look at it like this.
Yeah.
Look at it like this. Look at it the other way. Not what it costs us. What do we get? Okay. So number one, okay, there's major perks. Okay. Number one, we get to be first in on the next Capitol storming. Yeah, the next time they storm the Capitol, we get to be first in. Okay, so the platinum members.
So it's like the Boston Tea Party.
Right, but we're on the boat.
Exactly.
Yeah, we're on the boat. The other motherfuckers are just watching from the sidelines. We're on the boat. Number two, free orange body tint for life.
Nice.
Yeah, it's free. It doesn't cost us a penny. Ted, you want some orange body tint? Done. Hold on.
10 free mulligans at golf.
Close. 3 free lies each.
Nice.
So for each of us,
Nice.
we can lie and say anything we want. Free 3 of them each. Not one each. 3 each.
Or you can cash in those 3 lies to have your 4 caddy throw your partner's ball off of the green.
Oh man, I'll tell you what. If you haven't read Liar and Cheat, you have to read it. It just if any of it is true, the way you play golf is definitely a kind of a precursor, okay? And finally, okay, we can get on Trump's Truth Social, ready? And say anything we want, anytime we want.
That's awesome.
Okay? So, Ted, whatever it cost us, it was definitely worth it.
That alone is worth the price of admission. But I like to think that some of that money went to maybe provide a nice burial for Ivana Trump.
What?
Yeah, she's passed away. The first wife passed away.
When?
Today. 73 years old. She had like a heart attack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was she on? Wait,
Heart attack.
was she on Love Island?
No.
So this is
She's
an
not angry.
actual.
She was in her penthouse suite,
So this was an actual.
and she had
death.
a
Actual
cardiac
death.
infarction.
Wait, is that your weird way of saying she got fucked to death?
That's actually that's the medical term. Cardiac infarction means your heart stopped beating.
Yeah.
What? Isn't that how everyone dies? Your heart stops beating.
Yeah. Well, she's 73. It's not like she's like 23. So
It might not be how you die, but it's going to happen if you die. Yeah.
So.
Well, yeah, but I mean, your heart stops beating. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. No way. I did not know
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. That happened
So I think
just
some of
today,
that platinum
today.
money, maybe for a memorial service or a flower or something, who knows?
But
And then the funny
no.
thing. I mean, it's not
no,
funny.
let's use it for our benefit.
So
yeah,
the-
I don't
the-
give a
the-
shit
no,
about
I'm
that.
saying we give it to him. Now he can use it.
So I mean, it's not funny, guys. So
I'm pretty sure if he bought flowers or whatever, number one, he would order them and never pay for them. We know that.
100%.
Yeah, we know that.
So what happened was, I guess, of Ivanka Trump's lover, who was like in his 40s,
Fucked her?
that too, because that's why he's a lover. obviously, but he actually died.
My lover.
He actually died last year at the age of like 47 or 48 of some weird. Of course, he's an Italian guy because all Italian guys are lovers, right?
Wait.
That's
Ivanka?
racist, dude.
Wait. Ivanka or Ivana? The 73-year-old woman?
The Ivanka, the wife, the former wife of Donald Trump.
That's Ivana.
Ivana. Okay, excuse me.
She
Ivana.
had a 73-year-old woman had a 40-year-old lover?
Yeah, she had a 40-plus-year-old
Italian
lover.
stallion?
I find that. Hold on, Ted. Before you go finish this story, I find that offensive when an older woman has a younger man. Yes,
It was
I
like
think
it was
the only way. Yeah,
it was
supposed to be the other way
like some
around.
Mrs. Robinson cougar fantasy. I know, but I didn't. I'm not
whatever.
making this. I'm not making
was
it up.
Was she hot? I haven't seen her. At
Well,
73.
does it matter when you're loaded?
Yeah. He's just probably banging her for the dough.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. That's cool. No,
Yeah,
listen.
yeah.
I'm not going to argue.
I'm just saying he croaked too. That's all I'm saying. He gone. Wimpy. He gone.
So everywhere Trump is, if you go where Trump has been, you're dead. Is that what you're saying, Ted?
Or you got a hole in one.
Oh my God! Listen, this is really, to me, this is truly, truly disturbing. I can't even. Man, I wish I could question this. Okay, gentlemen, I think we have gone as far as we can possibly go on this beautiful Thursday where we lost power. We had to go drinking. I almost got into a bar fight. I love that.
With two sad Cub fans who are not worth your time.
Listen,
but,
Teddy, it is what it is, man. This reminds me of a story. Johnny, you love Lauren Boebert, right?
Oh, God, yes.
She's your favorite person.
Yes.
So I hope you're not disappointed, but she had a restaurant called Shooters, okay, in Rifle, Colorado. There is literally a town in Colorado called Rifle, Colorado, and Lauren Boebert had a restaurant called Shooters. And in that restaurant, I guess the servers wore 6 guns and all this kind of stuff, right? And I guess they closed down because the new owners did not want to have a restaurant like that, named after that, with all that kind of stuff. They didn't want to have that.
That's
so
weird.
she lost her. Yeah, she actually lost
weird.
her lease.
It seems like I guess they were afraid of bad optics when kids get killed.
No kids have been killed. That's all fake.
That's fake news.
Yeah, that's fake news, Johnny. None of that stuff has actually happened.
Hey, you know it's not fake news. Did we talk about this last week?
What's
I know
that?
you.
Oh my
brought up
God,
Lauren.
you were pretty.
I was jonesing for this. So the American Muckrakers Association are going after her. Did we talk about this last week?
Wow, dude, you have to stop. You are becoming Ted.
Okay.
Yes.
I couldn't remember if you and I talked about it or we talked about it on the show, but okay. Yeah.
No, you know what's funny? You know, Teddy's doing
He's
the you're
mocking
repeating.
me.
He's mocking
me.
Listen,
I'm the intelligent one, fucknuts.
Yeah.
until now.
Listen, this is so funny because yesterday and even today while we were sitting in the bar,
That was satirical because I said fucknuts.
Yeah. So yesterday and today when we were sitting in the bar before I got into the fight or almost got into a fight,
almost.
Right? We're talking and I was like, no, don't talk about that because I want to talk about that during the show. So I go, why don't we just sit in the bar quietly and stare off at the TV,
and not say anything,
and not say anything to anybody, so that we don't talk about stuff. And we talked about yesterday. Johnny and I talked about he wanted to talk about the Live Golf Tour, and how it was bad.
I know.
And I was like, yeah, it's not bad at all. And he's like, yeah, it is. And I'm like, no, we're not talking about that because I want to talk about it on the show. Yeah. And I'm like, so it's so funny how, even Teddy and I'm like, Teddy, no, Teddy, don't say it. Don't say it. If you have an idea, I go, just write it down. Yeah. I said, or text yourself or something, but don't talk to me right now about anything because I don't want to ruin what we would say on the show. Teddy, are you telling yourself something right now?
Himself.
Right now for next time. Yep. I'm doing it right now.
It's the same thing. We're golfing with my brother-in-law, and Matt's like asking about, "Are you listening to this show?" And he goes, "I listen to it, like maybe not like religiously, but I listen to it." You know? He's like, "You don't listen to it all the time." And I'm like, my brother-in-law hears all the fucking shit I spew all the time anyway, so he hears it already.
Yeah, he's like, that's what he said. He goes, yeah, I kind of know what you guys are talking about. I go, we talk about other stuff. He goes, no, you don't. No, you don't.
It's the same shit.
All right. Teddy is literally, oh man, this is so fucking bizarre to me. But Teddy is on his phone texting himself for next week.
Here's my question. Here's the bottom line. Who gives a fuck? Excuse me. Who gives a damn about the Live Golf Tour? I mean, okay, so there's a bunch of pampered rich.
This is a whole other show now.
It's a bunch of pampered rich millionaires. Instead of playing on the PGA, they're playing on some competing tour, and now they're even making more money than they did before. Yeah. So Phil Mickelson, he made $800 million on the PGA Tour. Now he's making an extra $300 million on the Live Tour.
200.
Who cares? Yeah. Who? And if he wins something, who cares? He hasn't won anything yet. But the point is, if he wins, how does that affect us?
I just opened another beer. I guess we're going another show.
No.
Is that going to help you meet a hot chick? No, exactly. Who cares?
Here, listen to me, and I'll do my cut on the Live Tour because I know people are just like, and for those who don't golf, this is your takeaway from this. Okay, so here's how the PGA works. The PGA works where the guys who play on the PGA get nothing. They have nothing. They win no money unless they win money. Right. Okay, so literally every single tournament. Okay, in case you don't know anything about golf. Every single tournament, half the guys go home with nothing. Yep. They get absolutely zero, okay? And then half the guys, the other half, make some money. Some guys win $2 million. Some guys win $600, or some guys win $6,500, okay? And it sounds great, right? When Tiger Woods and Rory McIlroy, who guys are very big players, make tons of money, and they say, "Oh, don't go to this other tournament. Don't go to this other tour where they just give you money." And it sounds great.
Wait.
But the reality is...
No, I was just going to interrupt. I'm going to piggyback on what you said to emphasize. That's the people on the PGA Tour. There's so many people struggling to get on the PGA Tour that are fucking getting worthless.
Right. So the problem with it is if you're not really, really good, you don't make shit.
Yeah.
And here's the problem. 45 weeks out of 52, you have to go play and struggle. And this is Wednesday or Tuesday to Sunday, right? And you have to struggle to try to make money, and you make absolutely nothing. And the Live Tour said, we want you to play. We're going to give you money to play, and we're going to guarantee that every time you play, you're going to make some sort of money so you can make an actual living.
So here, let's look at the worst. Here, let's just for example, who's the worst guy right now on the Live Golf Tour? Let's say Chase Koepka, right?
He is the worst.
I know. Okay,
he would be the worst.
Let's just say they gave him $500,000 to just sign up. $500,000 because they probably want Brooks, right? So they don't care. Yeah. So he's already got $500,000, which is more than his whole career combined.
Oh yeah,
and now every tournament he plays, if he finishes dead last, he's going to make what, $125,000?
He's probably going to make $40,000-$50,000.
Yeah. No, I think last place plays $125,000.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So he's already way ahead of the curve. Yeah. And honestly, I do it too, man.
Yeah.
I do it too.
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Yes, you would. You're full of shit.
Yo,
I wouldn't.
Do you think I don't care what Tiger Woods thinks?
So let me ask you this, Johnny.
Who cares what Tiger Woods thinks?
You would struggle, okay? And you would go to 40 tournaments a year. That's basically 40 weeks away from your family, away from your friends, away from everybody, with no commitment to make any money whatsoever. And if you weren't good enough, you wouldn't make shit, and you wouldn't trade that.
I would.
For a guarantee, just like a guaranteed $500,000.
I would immediately do that. Here's the difference.
You just said you wouldn't.
Yes. Because here's the subtlety. The problem you described was sort of a false fallacy. They didn't take random golfers. They took the top earning golfers who are already making a shit ton of money, and they're like, here's some more fucking blood money. Take this and don't do anything.
Don't.
They took the top 16 golfers.
Don't do that bullshit with blood money because fuck you, because here's the thing.
I know where you're going.
Here's the thing. We talked about this a couple weeks ago.
I know.
Listen. The biggest companies in the world do business with the Saudis.
They
do.
They do.
And listen, and they make money from that, and it's a bullshit concept.
But nobody knows about that. Phil Mickelson.
So what if nobody knows it exists?
But Phil Mickelson going over there and endorsing it is the same thing with LeBron and not coming out and speaking out against China against the atrocities in China. It's
because they're making money off of that.
They're influential. These people are influential, and they have to understand that, and that's why I disagree.
Okay, let me ask you this: you like the shoes you're wearing? Do you like your shoes?
I do.
Okay. How can you guarantee me they weren't made by 8-year-olds in some fucking country somewhere, right, where there's child labor laws, right? Or you could buy them from here and make them 10. It's a bullshit concept. Listen.
They install the nets around the Apple factory, so when the kids jump, they are 100% safe.
Wait, I thought Chris Cross will make a jump. That's what I thought.
Listen. It's a fallacy. This is a Listen, we live our lives pretending pretending like we give a shit about things, okay? But the reality of it is that we buy the shoes, we buy the shirts, we buy the food, we buy all that stuff, and we don't give a shit. But when one guy or one group or a bunch of people do something, we can shit in their faces, right? Because we're better than them, and we're not.
Listen, I 100% understand what you're saying. I 100% understand what you're saying, and I know it's a really fine line.
There's no line.
Well,
there's no line.
But here's the thing. There needs to be a line, because if we just say, fuck it, I'm going to do whatever I want. If you're going to chop someone up, I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? It's like
that's such a random. That one guy did one thing. Listen. How many kids? But
it's more than just that. You know,
right? But how many kids who are making your shoes, who are working in some sweatshop or whatever, are dying every day, and we worry about one asshole journalist. I mean, listen.
100%. Right?
I don't want anything bad to happen to anybody.
Right.
I really don't. Okay,
except
unless you deserve it. Yeah, listen to me. I'm not going to forget those two guys. And if that guy challenges me again, that noodle arm little pussy challenges me again, I'm going to light his ass up.
Wait.
One guy got cut up into 52 pieces, and we're all worried about it.
Right. That's what I'm saying. One guy. Listen, we can be outraged against crazy, insane things, right? And we can say that that's an important thing, but we can completely ignore the thousands of kids that die this.
I mean,
how about all the people? How about all the people they brought over from other countries to build in Saudi Arabia, to build the for the World Cup, to build those stadiums, who died, right? We don't say shit about that.
Remember the Suez Canal back in the 1800s?
Yeah.
A lot of people died building that. Those 52 migrants, unfortunately, they found it in the truck in San Antonio, dead.
Yeah.
I mean, that's more tragic than that journalist from, that.
You're damn right it is.
Khashoggi.
You're damn right it is. It's bullshit.
But everyone's got a hard on over that guy. Like, he's like, okay, he's a guy in his 40s. Okay, yeah, it was terrible what happened, but you know what? Yeah, he's a grown man. Who cares? Who gives?
I'm with you. I was gonna bring up another point about sports, but I know that's not your.
I will fight you right now.
Your favorite topic right now.
You don't know anything about sports.
No.
No, that's what those two pussies said.
He's kind of off sports at the moment, but no. But here's a couple, just two quick points. One, just because people are doing shitty things doesn't mean you can. It doesn't justify other shitty things.
Right. Two wrongs don't make a right.
Two wrongs don't right, which is what they're doing with abortion, which is ridiculous. But anyway. But here's the thing. Those people, Phil Mickelson, they don't need that money. And I understand. Listen, people going through college, struggling to exist and trying to fucking make some money or whatever, I understand that. I get that. That's a business decision. But that's one thing. But then the other thing is just, who cares if rich white guys play golf and who wins? I don't give a crap. And here's my point. Wait. Here's the point.
I do, though.
No. The Ryder Cup, right? When have you ever seen emotions higher than when two countries like, the UK or whatever, I don't know, it's bigger than the UK, but them and us, in the Ryder Cup, that's like huge emotions and people are going insane. Do you think at any point in a live tournament someone's going to get excited about who wins in a live tournament? I'm not going to.
But I don't think anybody got excited about the PGA when it started. I mean, listen. Who knows what people like, right? I mean, I had two guys almost commit suicide. Listen to me. I had two guys almost commit suicide next to me in a bar because they couldn't shut up, right? And I was going to kill them. I told the guys as we left, I'm like, suicide by open your mouth and calling me an idiot. I mean, listen. People get into whatever they get into, okay? And you enjoy watching sports, and I enjoy watching football, and I enjoy watching all these things, and I know, like, college football is changing, and we'll talk about that, in a couple of weeks when, all that stuff settles. But people care about a lot of things, right? But the reality of it is, I mean, does it have any real effect? Like people are outraged. The only thing people care about is the thing that they hear about. That's it. That's all they care about. They don't give a shit about real things. They just give a shit about what people tell them to care about. That's it, right? And that's what I want to do right now. I want to make sure that everybody knows what we care about. Teddy, this is it. We have to stop now because, number one, I have to pee. And number 2, I ran out of beer. So these are the 2 most important things in my life. Teddy, you get the first crack at the end of the show. Go for it.
We scare because we care.
What the? What does that even mean? See, I stopped myself from saying fuck. What does that mean? We scare because we care? What does that mean?
I'm not going to explain it right now. I'll tell you later. And you said the F word. You weren't supposed to do that.
I know. But I said I didn't say the F word, so then I did say the F word. All right, Johnny, hold on a second. I need you to make more sense than Ted.
I will. I want to do 2 quick things. 1, I care about
boring. Go ahead. I'm kidding. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I think that was hilarious. It's not going to be boring. Maybe it'll be. But the sequoias, I haven't seen them yet.
What are you
the
talking
sequoias in California,
the trees?
Giant redwoods.
The redwood sequoias.
Hold on a second.
The petrified forest.
So after everything that we've talked about. You're going to, Johnny, somehow finish with trees.
I think I was in 4th grade when I saw I think it was called the General, where there's you can actually drive a car through.
We all saw that picture, right? We drive a car through a tree.
So that's been kind of on my bucket list to go to see the sequoias, and I haven't seen them yet, and I will, because my daughter's in San Francisco now, so I will see them.
How many homeless people live in her house?
Lots. But there's those forest fires that are threatening them. I think they got it under control, but that's scary. So anyway, I got to get there before the world ends.
Okay, so number 1.
That's 1.
Before the forest fires destroy the sequoias, you want to drive through a tree.
Yep. And number 2, I won't have to drive. I can walk or see it. And number 2 is I'm just excited for the whole James Webb Space Telescope and just the amazing, incredible pictures that we're seeing from our past. Way, 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 way back when.
Does that blow your mind that we're looking at the past? That whole concept, right? Here's the thing. I can't I have no interest in watching any movie that talks about time travel.
Yeah.
Because it's so bullshitty, right? But we're watching things from the past, and it almost kind of seems fake to me.
And I'm going to tell you right now, I am not a physicist. I don't get quantum physics, string theory.
Oh, right. We haven't talked about our jobs at all. But yeah, John is not a physicist.
I'm not. I read about it, and I just struggle to comprehend it. But here's the one thing that just blows my mind, and it should blow everyone's mind. They talk about the Big Bang. They can see the Big Bang.
Oh man, I remember that. I think it was 2 years after college.
But here's the thing.
She was
here's the thing that should just mess with your mind. Right? There's an explosion. Right? It's gonna fire off, and we're traveling through the universe, and we're gonna slow down eventually. Right? We're accelerating. Why are we accelerating?
Who is accelerating?
The separation of all the planets, matter, whatever, through the universe, they found out with the telescopes that we're actually accelerating. The rate of speed is going up. How is that possible, and why?
Okay, Ted, are you completely and totally freaked out by what John is saying?
I'm just saying I don't think we know anything about the universe at all. I think it's like the guys in the 1600s said, I think the Earth is flat. And the Earth is the center of the universe.
And Kyrie Irving said, let it be so.
Exactly.
Every physicist in the world would be like, I don't know why we're accelerating.
This is like the modern day version of the Earth is flat and the Earth is the center of the universe. Yeah, nobody knows anything. So.
All right, so here I'm going to finish this up by saying this: if you are a physicist and you are listening to this show,
how about a fist assist? Your fist goes up in the orifice, and it just goes.
Mint of leather.
Yeah, and the chapless. Okay, backing, that's what it is.
If you are a physicist at the International Mint of Leather.
Yeah. No, so listen, I believe there's probably more fistimicists than there are physicists. But if you are a physicist listening to this show, we want you to come on and help us understand what is happening, because Ted is literally just fist fucking his hand right now, and that I'm pretty sure that is not how physicism is.
I'm questioning your professionalism right this minute. So, yeah, so come on and debunk my skepticism, please.
Please.
I would email the Jehovah's Witnesses and ask them.
Please do.
How?
Yeah.
Why is the universe accelerating?
Yeah. And to make sure, hey, listen, please listen. When you send that email to the young lady who is part of the Jehovah's Witnesses, please CC us at the Real Three Idiots .com. Okay, I think it's real3idiots at gmail.com. I've completely forgotten. It's written down somewhere, and
we'll have our
cracks, our staff on crack. Yeah, get to that. But listen,
he can't even wrap it up.
I can't. Listen, we had a great show. I love every second of it. We will enjoy your weekend. I don't know what's happening. Enjoy your weekend. I hope you don't have any power outages, and we will see you guys.
Or bar fights.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm kicking the shit out of those guys. But I will see everybody next week.